Hi, welcome to Adventures in Bonsai. Today we're just going to look around and see what's going on in springtime down here. In the spring there will be growth is a line from Being There by Peter Sellers, and it's so true. Let's go take a look and see what's happening. Even these trees that look kind of deadish have signs of growth right here. Some leaves coming out. Over here, this is good news. Little piece here has got some new growth coming out. This tall thing up here got some leaves. This is my coffee tree I've been worried about. It's losing leaves. Some of them still have some green on them. I'm hoping it's just going to wake up and come back. But so far it's I'm looking for little buds that are getting ready to open up or to start growing, but I just haven't really seen them yet. This is really not a great subject for bonsai because it doesn't have a woody stem. But still, I've had this tree for a while now and it really hasn't gotten much bigger because it's in this small pot. I also have these little babies starting to come up that if I wanted to, I could just transplant and make new banana trees out of. That's how, this is a Cavendish banana and they don't have seeds and that's how they're propagated. But it's got nice new growth coming up here in the center. Papaya bonsais are making a comeback even after the bad weather. Every year I worry about my ginkgos. You know, they're northern trees, but what happens is as it gets into April, I start to see the buds start to swell. And it's funny, one of these trees will always seem to burst out in growth 1 week ahead of the other one. But it looks like things will be okay. My Myers lemon tree that gave us that lemon last year is starting to get some new growth, which is good. The old growth will drop off and the tree is actually full of all these new little leaves and it's got flowers coming. So I'm expecting another crop of lemons this year. No signs of growth on these Ming trees in this big setting we did last year. Have to keep an eye on it because Ming trees can sometimes come back after a year of inactivity. I've had that happen where I threw them out and then went to look later and there they were growing. It's planted into pots and they're still trying to recover. I think they'll be okay, just got to keep an eye on them. Now that the weather's gotten warmer, they should be all right. That he gave me, doing quite well, growing nicely, healthy. The variegated Buddha belly bamboo is looking pretty good. Growing nice. From the transplantings. This is a Chinese elms, doing pretty good. Here's a pot that I put this one here into. This was, I think, one of the experimental ones where we were trying soil versus sphagnum moss for these plants. They're all doing pretty well right now. Lots more growth here in this bougainvillea. It definitely needs to be trimmed down a bit. The orchids, just waiting for them to come back. Some more papayas. They're trying transplant we did in the last video. It's doing pretty good. Looks healthy and like it's enjoying its new some pitcher plants. They're doing pretty well. Always an interesting plant to have. Here's the bigger variety. It doesn't really have any pitchers on it now, but I think it'll develop some soon. Has been trying to grow new leaves up here, and I think it will now that the weather's gotten a little better. Waiting for the baobab trees to hopefully sprout something. Just kind of waiting for them. The bullhorn acacia is doing real well. I'm going to have to cut it down. It's getting real leggy, and I'll probably try to grow some pieces from it as cuttings. My oldest plant is a lemon tree I planted from a seed in Philadelphia in 1985. It's got some nice new growth coming on. I've been waiting, what is it, 25 years to get a flower on this thing. Maybe this year, maybe not. We'll see. But at least it's doing okay. This here is possibly a ponderosa lemon tree. I'm not sure what it was. I stuck it in the ground and it's doing real well. It's got nice flowers on it. These are kind of all my cuttings that I've been doing recently, and they're pretty much doing all right. I've been using rooting power. Here's the squirrels. Look what the squirrels did. Just knocked this thing over. Not that it had too much going for it in the first place, but who knows? Maybe if I transplant it a little, it'll make a comeback. But got all these growings over here, and they're coming along. I have seeds over here that I planted. All kinds of seeds that people have been sending me or that I found and held on to for a while. They still haven't started to come up yet. But there's growth on things. This is a cutting from the pitcher plant on sphagnum moss, doing fine. This little leaf Fukienti little leaf is doing great. It's growing nice and looking good. First video and the juniper. Well, here's where it is right now. Could probably use a little bit of a cleanup, but it's growing pretty good. And somebody asked me about the bark situation, how you get these pieces that look like they're going to fall off, and they wanted to know if they should clean them off. I just leave them alone. Let the plant do its thing. It knows better than us sometimes what it needs. I started one of those upside down tomato plants you see on TV. And it's growing pretty fast and pretty good so far. I'm impressed. We'll see if we get some tomatoes. The lemon out here is doing fine. Got babies growing and coming along good. Papaya tree is in sad shape. I don't see any signs of green. There were some earlier. Don't know. We'll see. Not much hope for it. Winter really hurt it badly. Pomegranate tree coming back nicely. Lots of nice new growth coming on here. See if we get any pomegranates. It is doing very nicely. It's got this new leaf coming out here. Fig tree is making a nice comeback. We'll probably get some figs off of this. Honeybell tree, full of flowers. Hoping for a real nice crop this year. So it's springtime, and as you can see, things are starting to grow. Hope they're starting to grow where you live. And get ready to enjoy your warm weather and your bonsai. Bye-bye.